Ooh, yeah. Hey, wrestling figure fans, this is Wrestling Figure Legacy, and I come bearing Macho Men, specifically the Wolfpac iteration of Macho Man Randy Savage. This is the Smash N Slam figure. It's from Toy Biz, and it's almost 20 years old, which is crazy to me, but it's one of the standouts of the line. I love this figure. And this right here is the brand new, as of this recording, Ringside Collectibles exclusive Macho Man Randy Savage, depicting his time in the Wolfpac. We'll take a good look at this in just a second, but really quick, it comes with the shirt, the weight belt with the frills on it, the bandana, the shark teeth glasses, and this head mold. A lot of people have mixed opinions about it. I love this mold personally. I think it looks just like him. He's got the black hair this time. This debuted with DM. I don't know if it fits Wolfpac. I can understand that criticism, but otherwise I think that's a really strong likeness to Savage. I love that head mold. And before we get into Savage, Controversies 2, everybody, is coming in December. I had a last-minute update that's going to blow your minds. First time ever peek at something, so thank you for your patience. Without further ado, let's get into Randy Savage Wolfpac. Okay, so here are the two backs of these figures. You see the Smash N Slam one. Definitely looks very late 90s. And this one right here, you got Randy Savage. I'm sure that picture's been photoshopped to hell. They tend to do that with Savage because of all his different attires he wore. So I'm not going to read this whole thing. There it is right there if you want to pause the video and read it, but I'll read the bottom, I guess. Savage had enough. Alongside Kevin Nash, he donned a new red and black NWO shirt, splitting from the main group. NWO Black and White may have been for life, but the newly formed NWO Wolfpac was forever. That's a lie. So here's the backdrop. It's just a simple white leather texture with the NWO red logo right there. And here is the Macho Man himself. Let's get him out of this plastic prison. All right, before we apply the madness to Randy Savage, let's take a look at the baseline figure itself. We'll start with the head mold. This is the same one that came with the DM. So if you like that mold, you're going to like this one too. I guess I do understand the argument that maybe it's not the best head for this era of Savage, but I love the likeness. It's got a great expression. Savage was an expressive guy, so I much prefer it to that one they've been using since 2010. Definitely looks more like Savage in my opinion. So let's take a look at the gloves, or lack thereof really. They're just kind of painted hands. So they have the coal miner gloves. I don't know why they don't use them more for like Goldust and Undertaker. But I'd rather they have these than not have them, so there you go. The figure itself, for Randy Savage, it's actually a pretty plain attire, but I love it. I think it's a great fit for this part of his career. Red, black, and white Wolfpac colors right there. Simple attire. They got the font down pretty well. You see those little ridges in the M's. I think it's a really good, simple attire of Savage. Is one of my favorites. He's got the boot tassels, and these aren't the open ones. They honestly probably should be. And he's got the red laces on the boots. So there you go. Again, pretty simple figure. Let's apply the madness. There he is with the headband. Simple headband just says madness on it. But he's missing something on his head, isn't he? There we go. Shark teeth glasses. A staple of Randy Savage's later career. Not counting that midlife crisis run he had at the end there, but yeah, that's looking pretty sharp, I'd say. But he needs a little something more, doesn't he? And here is the shirt, complete with the tassels on the sides. It's a special shirt they've only used for Savage, and I think that Brian Pillman might have used it too. Nothing on the back. I really don't like these shirts because of this problem they have, but it looks pretty good on him, I would say. But there's one more thing, then. This is one of those things that a lot of people don't think about when they think of Randy Savage, but it's this weight belt right here. This is a really cool part of the attire. It just makes it that much more authentic. And the Toy Biz figure actually has something very similar to this all the way back then, which I think is kind of like a nod to Toy Biz, this whole thing is. But here he is with all his accessories. You got the glasses, the bandana, the weight belt, the shirt. So you can see Wolfpac Randy Savage right here. And here is his counterpart, the other Ringside exclusive, Macho Man Randy Savage, depicting his time in the New World Order, black and white. Look at these two figures right here. They look good next to each other, don't they? I love the star attire on NWO Savage. He has the NWO logo right there, the Madness t-shirt. And there's the smiling version of the original scan, or I guess I want to say scan, head mold of Randy Savage. They made two baseline ones they use for pretty much everything, and then a couple other ones they don't use nearly enough. Which one of these do you guys prefer? This one? Or this one? I think the one on the left looks much more like Savage. I don't know. I really like that head mold. I know some people don't, but I really like it. t-shirts, the attires. You can see the NWO Savage also has the Madness weight belt, covered up by a shirt, but I really like this shirt on him because that's definitely what he wore the most in the original NWO, so I prefer to keep that one on. But enough about that old black and white NWO. We want the new red and black NWO. I use the word new very liberally. So let's start out with Kevin Nash. This is Kevin Nash from Elite 16. It's in his Outsiders gear. You can see right there. Cost me a pretty penny, but I had to get this version of Kevin Nash. I repainted his hair sandy blonde instead of that orange color because I think it looks better. I really like this figure now. Get a good look at this from the top up. You got to have Kevin Nash if you're going to have a Wolfpac display. Love that figure. So speaking of Kevin Nash, there's another guy you got to have, even though he came in later, and I don't really remember it that well. Scott Hall. We've been begging for a red and black Scott Hall for literal years, ever since Jax did the CS line. And they kind of released it, but it was not that great of a figure, and it was in the wrong tights. But now we got the proper red and black Scott Hall. Really love that figure. And last but not least, in my personal collection, we have Sting. Red and black Sting. Another Ringside exclusive. So these two are Ringside exclusives. These are retail, just to make that clear. Sting with the bat that's a little bent and far too long, but still a really cool Sting. Another Toy Biz throwback. This is just like the Smash N Slam one, right down to the logo and the scorpions on the sides. I put Edge's coat from Elite 13 or 14, I think it 13 maybe. I put that coat on him just because he didn't come with the coat. And that's my Wolfpac right there. Looking forward to maybe a Conan someday. That's kind of obscure, at least, or it might be more of a risky sell, but I'd love to get a Conan, and even a Luger. A Luger would be cool. Just to have a pretty decent NWO Wolfpac to combat the NWO black and white. All right, and here's the moment. The moment I've been kind of dreading because I don't like opening old figures. I'm going to open up Smash N Slam Randy Savage to see how that vest looks on this figure. I haven't opened a Smash N Slam figure since I was probably 13 or 12 years old, somewhere around there. So here it is. Wolfpac Randy Savage, brand new opening. What the hell happened here? He has a very distinct red smudge on the vest. I'm going to contact Toy Biz right now. Oh, wait. So here is the steel chair he comes with, and this was always my favorite chair accessory from this era. 1999 WCW Toy Biz made in China. And the reason I like this is because it folds out very easily, and it's got this nice rounded curvature to it. It's a little on the long side, but folds easily, and it looks nice as a steel folding chair. It's got kind of like a gunmetal finish to it, too. Just a really good... Toy Biz did a lot of good stuff in that time period. And here he is, free, for the first time in nearly 20 years, Macho Man Randy Savage Toy Biz. Figure is very bulky. You squeeze his legs together, from what I remember, and he squeezes his arms. Is that what happens? Oh, no, he goes up and down. Okay. So you can do like the... Yeah, look at that. I like how they did the tassels with the black and red on the side. That's one major plus of this figure. That stain, though, you guys. Gloves look really cool. He's got molded gloves with the red on it. And here's the head. Pretty good likeness to Savage at the time, although the madness leaves a lot to be desired on his bandana. Madness. Obviously, Mattel one, it looks much better and much more authentic. But it was cool to see this at the time when we didn't get a lot of those extra details in figures. We didn't even get a lot of tattoos on figures in the late 90s. It just, they started happening, but, it was just really cool to see this level of detail in what was a $6 toy at the time. Here are the two figures. Double dose of Randy Savage in the Wolfpac. Toy Biz figure holds up very well, I think. Really cool to get the spiritual successor to the Toy Biz figure right here. All right, got it on. Oh, yeah, look at this. And here you go. Put the bandana back on him. That vest works very well with this figure. Displays his weight belt properly. I'm happy I did this. So awesome. He's got the really nice details in the vest, too. The little zippers. I'm telling you, these Toy Biz figures were ahead of their time. Very sharp looking figure now. We'll just ignore that splotch. It's like a Dusty Rhodes birthmark. We'll just ignore that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. You can see it, it covers up the madness a little bit, but that's okay. That looks pretty cool. I want to make my Wolfpac figures look as close to the Toy Biz ones as possible. I'm pretty happy with that. What do you guys think? Do you like that fix-up, or do you prefer the one with the Macho Man vest. Actually, let's do this. This will be fun. And there you go. You got a new accessory for your old Toy Biz Macho Man. I'm a pretty big fan of this fix-up. Hope you guys like it. Thanks for watching. This is Wrestling Figure Legacy. Much more is on the way. Please subscribe and like if you like the video. And I'll see you next time. Ooh, yeah. Dig it!